Good evening. Today I'll be presenting my case study on Just Baked. This company started as a rapidly growing cupcake brand that captured a lot of attention in its early years, but its aggressive expansion and fragile supply structure eventually led to its decline. In this presentation, I'll walk through what went wrong and highlight the lessons other companies like Crumbl Cookies can learn from their story. So, answering the first question, discuss how and why the target service level may vary between an upscale and a low-end bakery. So, an upscale bakery might use very expensive ingredients and throw out food at the end of the day. That means leftovers are costly, so their target service level may be lowered to avoid waste, or if protecting their upscale reputation, they may choose a higher service level to avoid ever running out and then throwing out the extras. A low-end bakery is different. Ingredients are cheaper and day-old goods can often be sold at a discount. That makes waste less expensive, so they can afford to stock a little extra and aim for a higher service level. So 5 other businesses in different industries that I went with outdoor retailers, car dealerships, highway fruit stands, barbershops, and campgrounds. So outdoor retailers usually have expensive gear and most likely high storage costs. They try to avoid stockouts on key items, but not so much that they're stuck with excess inventory. They can use different sales techniques to help with overstocked items. Car dealerships, the cost of overstocking is huge. They don't put all their capital into vehicles. So dealerships have to keep lean and know what the area and people want and keep that specific inventory. They try to keep their target service level relatively low. Highway fruit stands, produce spoils very quickly, so it's better to run out than throw out. Most rely on daily or more replenishments, and they're usually located pretty close to the farms. And then my next 2 are kind of services, but I thought it'd be interesting. So the barbershop, the inventory is people in seats or appointments. So an empty chair means lost revenue. So understocking on employees can be costly. And then campgrounds, kind of like the appointment, space is the limiting factor. If they understock, not enough sites available, then they can turn customers away and lose revenue. So they try to keep the occupancy close to full. So this is my Excel spreadsheet. It will be attached. And then discuss several products in industries that would be suited for periodic review policies and others that would be suited for continuous review policies. So for periodic reviews, I went with retail stores. Weekly or monthly inventories are fine. They could order more if they run out. And then for these as well, they have the ability that if they are out of something, they can possibly just order it for the customer to their house or maybe in-store pickup. And then continuous reviews, restaurants and food service, they need to continuously monitor their stocks. If they don't have the ingredients to make something, then they're going to lose customers. If they lose customers, they're losing revenue. And then the medical field has to continually monitor all of their equipment and drugs and stuff as well. Less about customers coming back, more about keeping customers alive. According to media reports, what were the key factors behind Just Baked's dramatic decline? From the news reports I read, interviewed the owner, the husband of the original baker, and his quick answer was that they got too big too fast. So it was aggressive expansion, opened many stores quickly, leading to heavy financial commitments, decrease in popularity. The cupcake craze that initially drove the growth began to fade. And then there was a huge financial strain. So when the sales dropped, as costs increased, it put a huge strain on the owners. They were actually unable to make all of their monetary commitments. What insights can Crumble Cookies glean from the Just Baked experience? What supply chain challenges should be carefully navigated to prevent similar pitfalls during rapid expansion? So, from Just Baked, some lessons. I didn't like the centralized production in a single bakery and shipped daily to stores. I know they prided themselves on fresh cupcakes daily. I believe it's not that fresh if it's having to get driven to each store from one spot. But that centralized production resulted in high logistics costs, limited flexibility, and risks of stockouts or waste. The model itself was fragile. I don't know if they were planning on having more maybe distribution centers or more bakeries, but the more they expanded, the farther away they were going to get away from their central bakery. So it caused shift in demand or production issues, and it impacted every store. Crumble's advantages: each store bakes in-house, allowing for fresh cookie production. Strengthens brand appeal and eliminates daily delivery issues. They also pride themselves on letting customers watch the baking process so they can actually see how fresh it really is. But there are also some challenges from that as well. There's a risk associated with quality control and consistency. It could require robust training, regular audits, and effective supply chain oversight. It's essential to ensure consistent, high-quality product across all the franchises. So I went over the Just Baked case study, went quickly through my Excel spreadsheet, which will be attached. And then we got into how Crumble Cookies is doing a better job, which they are. They are over 500 stores nationwide with sales. I think they sold over $1 billion total already. So they are far superior than Just Baked. Thanks.